gave 60 to 70 GTs.
Hello everyone, welcome back to Medilite MBBS. I am Drakshayani Chogle, currently a final year MBBS student at Lokmanya Tilak Municipal Medical College, Mumbai. And today I am with Dr. Zubeen sir, who has secured AIR 8 in NEET PG 2021. He is not just a doctor, but an actor, musician, a singer, and also has secured AIR 2 in UPSC CMSC. So, I welcome you sir and heartiest congratulations for getting AIR 8 in NEET PG 2021.
Thank you so much.
So, sir, how does it feel to get All India AIR 8 in NEET PG and whom do you want to give the credits?
Okay, so your first question, I was not expecting this rank, frankly speaking, because I never got in top 10 or into top 100 in any of the GTs I gave, whether it was of Marrow or Prep Ladder or any damn classes. So I was not expecting. I initially, when I checked my, it was scorecard, although I thought it was rank. So I thought, okay, 700 rank is not bad. Then I realized that, oh no, that is my score, 700 score out of 800. So I was expecting, okay, I might be in top maybe 500 or 100. And then eventually I was realizing, no, I'm in top 10, 8th rank. So obviously that was the happiest moment in my life. And yeah, I want to credit all this to my mom, my dad, my dadi, my sister Monica, and my seniors, Dr. Mihir Anade, Dr. Deepika, Dr. Sana. Yes, to them.
Okay, sir. So, when did you start serious preparation for the PG entrance exam?
Serious preparation started when I was in internship, and our internship started in February 2020.
Okay.
Yeah, that was the time.
What was your study strategy throughout the internship year? As there were so many postponements, how did you balance between your internship and your PG preparation?
So ideally, we were not knowing that COVID will keep on continuing till December, January, next year, April. In fact, we were not expecting a second wave also. So I was preparing as if we are giving our exams in January. And then obviously I spoke to my senior. She gave me one timetable that you have to follow this and that, give specific number of days for long and short subject. So in my mind I planned that I have to complete my first read till August. From February to August was 5 to 6 months. After that my senior told that you have to keep on shortening the duration of your revision. For example, if you are reading first time anything for 5 days, then it should be 2.5 days. So in that way, I tried to complete my, after first read, my first revision was of 3 months. So till December, I was expecting that I will be able to complete 3 revisions, and then last 15 days, 4th revision you can say, or maybe last volatile 15 days subjects revision I did. That was my plan. But then because COVID happened and we were getting news that the exams are getting postponed from January to April to September, so I was losing my track in between, but I tried my best and at least did 2 revisions before April and 2 revisions before September.
Okay, sir. So, what are your thoughts about the external coaching institutes which are available like Marrow, Prep Ladder, DAMS, Bhartiya? Did you join any? If yes, was it helpful to you?
Yeah, of course, because in my final year I had joined offline class of PGME and it got shut for some reason. After that I joined prime classes and that also got shut. And then I had no option other than joining either of the DAMS or Marrow because these two were popular in our times. And I was scared if I joined either of them that will also get shut. But luckily Marrow did and it progressed a lot. And I'm still happy that I trusted that app and I could complete most of my final year subjects during final year, and rest of them, whichever I was not having notes, I did it during my internship.
Okay, sir. So, when did you start solving MCQ and how was your approach towards the wrong answer you marked in a particular module?
Okay, so solving particular module and solving GTs are two different things. I will mention both of them. while solving MCQ, obviously you might not know any particular concept in that subject. So if I get it wrong, I will read the explanation, and if I come across a new point, I will note it down in that particular section. Like for example, if I read about anemia, and like there are different kinds of anemia, nutritional anemia, hemolytic anemia, and if I'm missing any point which is not in my note, I will add in that particular area only, so that if I come next time, I will read that only in that same area and not make separate book out of it. That was approach for a particular module. And for GTs, I obviously made a 20th book, and whichever wrong, guessed or skipped questions I had in my GT, I was reviewing them only, and that I read it like 1 month before the main exam, and it helped me.
Okay, so making 20th book for GTs helped you a lot.
Definitely it helped.
Sir, how significant is reading standard textbook in today's scenario of app-based education and concise note system? If yes, how should a final year student allot the time for attending classes, clinics, reading textbook, and then practicing MCQs?
Okay, so nowadays online apps are giving notes which are more concise, and definitely it helps us to know which topics are important, and it gives us just how it has to be approached before reading a standard book. I ideally would recommend, if you have time, after watching those Marrow videos or whichever videos you are following, Prep Ladder are also good. After watching those videos, if you get time, read the standard textbook. It will be like a cakewalk for you to read. But in case, because in current situation where you have a very short period to complete everything, your theory and your practical knowledge also. So if you are not getting time, then it's completely okay if you read from Marrow notes, because my OBGYN surgery professional exam, I read it completely from Marrow.
Okay, sir. What was your approach towards the clinical posting as pre-final and final year student? Did you attend it every day or?
So I'm sorry to say that ideally you should attend postings, and you realize it once you are in other phase of your life, like maybe during internship or after the internship, because they definitely help us to know and understand a particular subject. I did not do in my pre-final year. I was busy doing a lot of ads, and during my final year I got serious, and I thought I should attend postings. And if you ask me, till date my best posting was OBGY, and I learned a lot. Even if I did not read my books, I know whatever I read and listened to my professors, to residents, I could answer during my professional exam, during my practical exam, and even during solving MCQs.
Okay.
So it is helpful to attend postings.
Apart from well-known education platform, what other lesser-known application sites, books would you recommend?
Maybe Wikipedia, because what else it's quite easy to search anything on Google or Wikipedia and try to get some information. Might or might not be right, but at least you understand what you want to know about that particular thing.
Okay. Many people talk about integrated platforms, pattern of study. Did you use this method to study? If yes, then when did you started reading integrated? Was it during your start of reading a particular subject or after finishing it?
I did not personally approach integrated way, although I did during my pre-final year when I was applying for PEDS quiz, because obviously PEDS had storage disorder as a topic, and it was getting repeated in biochemistry. So it was becoming easier for me to read it from biochemistry. Then certain PEDS topics like infection was getting repeated in maybe microbiology, like viral infection, bacterial infection. Then that microbiology part of infection was getting repeated in skin. So yeah, you can integrate, but integration doesn't mean you have to open 3-4 books at a time. If for example you are reading about OBGY, and in that particular topic is prolapse, then when you come across the anatomy of that pelvis, you have to, like, for like 2 to 5 minutes you can recollect what you read during that time. And if you can't, you can just note it down in your one draft page, and once you are bored of reading OBGY, or maybe you want to change the topic, you can go and read that pelvis anatomy for 5 minutes, 10 minutes. In that way, integration, that was my approach.
Okay. So how to manage college and self-study during final year, as there is a huge syllabus. Along with that, the clinical postings are also important. How to handle both?
Okay, so first you should try to complete the theory part of your final year, and whenever you are going and attending your post, and definitely you will prepare for it. 1 week I think is more than enough to read the practical aspect. So after you are done with your college, maybe 4 or 5 p.m. In my times, I used to sit in library for at least like 1 or 2 hours, and I used to complete Marrow videos, 1 or 2, whichever was possible for me. And after that, I used to leave for my home, take some rest, and maybe if I have power to do something else in study, I used to do. Otherwise, I used to take a nice sleep after that.
Sir, the next question is, what subject did you focus more upon? How much did you devote to self-study? And how did you categorize between major and minor subject? How much time did you give to like minor and major subject to revise or study?
Minor subjects are equally important and are major subjects also, because see, there is 100% guarantee that they will ask you 5 questions from anesthesia, and if you don't do that anesthesia as a subject, you are doing a suicide. So just because 20 or 25 questions are asked in OBGY, yeah, it will definitely bring you and give you good marks, but you equally have to give importance to other minor subjects also. Shorter subjects, if you are in your preparation phase, you should give for short subjects 5 days. And that is first read. Consecutively, you have to shorten it that. And for big subjects like OBGY, surgery, you can give 15 days at least for the first read. Yeah.
Sir, when did you completed your first revision, and how many times did you revise? Like, you already answered this, but can you elaborate more?
So from February to August, I did my first read. Then after August till like November, 3 months revision. And after that till December or maybe first week of January, 3rd revision. And after that, 2 revisions before April and 2 revisions before my 11th September exam.
And sir, like how was the time duration for GTs? Like, how many GTs did you give in the entire like 1 year preparation?
I think it was more than 1 year. I counted because someone asked me in the interview. It was 19 months duration of our preparation, and from different classes, definitely.
So, sir, in November there is INI-CET exam. So, what kind of tips you want to give to them?
What I did mistake during INI-CET was I did not read previous year questions, or I solved it, but I did not pay a lot of attention, and I took it very lightly, and that had a major setback in my score. So I would recommend to all who are giving INI-CET to at least go through previous year question, and also apart from that, they should do volatile subjects and the subjects in which they are weak, and subjects which are more scoring like OBGY and surgery.
Okay, sir. So, what was your success mantra which made you excel in NEET PG?
When you go in gym, you hear those all inspiring songs. I also, when I used to get bored, either I listened to those nice songs. I had a playlist of gym songs, and I used to listen to them. That boosted my confidence. Then I used to watch videos of Abbas Ali and Himanshu Gupta.
Okay.
And they helped me and they boosted my confidence.
Okay, sir. So, my last question: any message or advice for future aspirants and viewers?
My advice to them would be, if you are in your second year or pre-final year, enjoy your MBBS life. Don't worry about NEET PG. And if you are in your final year or you're in the phase of your preparation, you should definitely take things seriously, because these 2 years are equivalent to your 11th or 12th year times when you were preparing for your maybe CET or NEET exam.
Thank you so much, sir, for joining with us and giving such a valuable advice and preparation strategy. Your advice are definitely going to help us and our viewers. And I once again want to congratulate you and will pray for your bright future.
Thank you so much. Best wishes to you as well.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for watching.